Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So I'm not going to preface this too much. The title pretty much tells you everything that you need to know, and we are just going to tune in. Here we go.
And these are not plan Bs. These are real going to get abortion.
Oh yeah, baby, they knew me by name.
Oh, so you went to the abortion clinic 13 times.
Yes, I remember I had to use one of my cousin's IDs to go get my last one. Then I was like, I ain't going back.
They won't let you come back in?
After a certain amount of times in the city, you know, they were, hell no. Don't send us to jail. Everybody in here, she just keep coming back.
So that's your miracle, baby, in a sense of you like, I'm finna just have it.
A year before I got pregnant with my son, I had got pregnant and we was gonna keep a baby. And I miscarried.
Got you.
At like 7 months, I miscarried. It was a girl.
Wow.
I hate to posit, you don't miscarry at 7 months. You can birth a stillborn, but that's not a miscarriage. Okay? Miscarriages take place in the first trimester. All right? Now, that's not to say that there can't be complications in a pregnancy, but after a certain point, you birth that child, whether it's ready or not. So, of course, we understand that sometimes women birth preemies, and the preemies don't make it because they're too early to be viable outside of the womb. But a 7-month-old is viable more times than not outside of the womb. If you do have that child as a preemie and it was 7 months instead of 9, typically after keeping the child for a little while, making sure that there are not too many complications, that child has more of an opportunity to actually live and make it and be able to come home and develop normally, even though they were premature. But you don't miscarry at 7 months pregnant. You birth a stillborn. If the baby passed away for some reason, you end up birthing a stillborn because it's a baby. And good for you. What you mean you was gonna keep it? God said, boop, doo-doo. No, you won't.
Well, 6 months pregnant.
You knew what you were having.
I did not until I had until I miscarried.
Gotcha.
So then after that,
she didn't know what she was having until she quote unquote miscarried, which means that you were being so irresponsible that you were not going to your prenatal appointments. You were not going to your prenatal appointments, ma'am, because they can tell you the sex of that baby when you go after a certain point. I forget exactly. I believe it's in the second trimester when they start doing, you go into the prenatal, they give you your vitamins, do your testing, do your ultrasounds, blah, 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 blah. They're able to tell you what the gender of the child is going to be. So we weren't going to our prenatal appointments.
About a year, I got pregnant twice. I got pregnant one more time, once or twice after that, but I wasn't ready. When I miscarried, the hardest thing was planning the funeral because I was so far along, and I went to St. Vincent's, which is a Catholic hospital. They don't believe in cremating the baby. They believe like if you miscarry, you have to take the baby and you got to bury the baby and you have to do all of that with the baby. And I had to do that. I think that was the hardest thing I had to do.
Yeah.
But girl, I was back outside. So I'm outside. I'm an outside girl though. I just love. I'm not an angry girl. I'm not a sad girl. Nothing really makes me sad. If you hurt my feelings, I always tell my guy, like if I'm in a relationship or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not working, like, or whatever, tell me. Like, cause dump me. Like, I want to be dumped.
Okay.
Like, I don't want you to play because I'm gonna hurt you, and then I'm gonna do stuff back. Hurt me on the weekend, because if you hurt me on the weekend, I can go outside. I'm gonna be over that shit by Monday.
Wow, 12 or 13. And these are
Zero accountability. Now, I'm of the mind that a woman going to get him this many times is probably not the norm. But the fact that the Planned Parenthood had to stop you and tell you, we are not going to do that. And they are a place that does that. And they tell you, you're doing too much. And they're not going to do any other procedures for you. Then you know that you got some real stuff to talk to your Lord about. When it is time for you to meet your maker, you are going to have 13 children to answer for. You're going to have it. Because if you think that you've gotten away with that, you have not. You have not. Zero accountability, zero responsibility, zero birth control. Why are you not on consistent birth control? Why are you not on IUDs? They got pills, they got shots, they got all kinds of various different contraceptives that are designed specifically to keep you from being pregnant. I would take the plan B before. At least the plan B is right after. You don't know if something formed or not. Is this to prevent it from even happening? I'd rather you do that than to confirm that you're pregnant each time, and then, like you running to Walmart, go get it sucked out of you. Your womb is a graveyard. Her womb is a mass grave. It's a mass grave with 13 souls in it. That's what it is. Her womb is a mass grave with 13 innocent souls, and you can't tell me she not going to have to answer to the Most High for that. You can't. I wasn't ready. What? So use some birth control. Close your legs. But she told you what she was. I'm a hoe. I'm outside. I like hoeing. But why do you like deleting these children though? Okay, so you hoeing, which I guess is your business. But why you gotta delete 13 babies behind it? That's the part. That's the part for me. And y'all don't want this country to put a limit and restrictions around. You can't just come in here like you going to the you coming in here like you going to the store, like you going to the corner store to get you some chips and some pop. Like that's how you come in here. You know how you go to the corner store every other day? If it's a corner store in your neighborhood on your block, and you able to go to, let me stop in here and give me some candy. Ooh, let me stop in here and give me a little juice. Oh, let me stop. You know what I'm saying? You in there a couple of times a week. That's how often you go into a Planned Parenthood to add another soul to the graveyard of your womb. There are women around here in this world that cannot get pregnant. You getting pregnant 2-3 times in a year. Ain't no way your womb work. Ain't no way Ain't no way. At this point, if I was her, I would be scared to have a child. And the reason that I would be scared to have a child is because of the karma that's coming with that kid. She got a lot to answer for in front of the Most High. She really do. She think it's funny. This is a woman that's completely broken. This is a completely broken female. Nothing make me sad. What? And then they want to try to get out here and act like they don't use it as retroactive birth control. Yes, they do. trifling. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.